Welcome back. Today we're going to try to go over as fast as possible and as in-depth as I can with little time provided the spoiled cards from Usurp the Shadow Throne. I think I'd like to lead by saying this expansion looks incredible. We're all hyped. The three heroes look good. There's something for everyone. Malice looks very interesting. Disregard coming back is just wild. And Levi, of course, for all of us Brute fans out there, is just, spectacular. So here we are. Let's get into it. I think I will try to kind of, as I go through this, I'll try to talk a little bit about the card pools. But yeah, so first card, of course, Soul of Existence, 4-pitch. That's wild. Just the 4-pitch gem. I mean, what can you say? The thing is good. It's probably going to see play. Arcanite Shard. Not sure how they're going to reprint this, but Disregard wants it. So you get 2 pseudo gems. I'm expecting both to see play in some capacity. Soul, I mean, I feel like 4-pitch is a little bit overhyped, but it's still really good. Losing a life is a big deal. So kind of depends on meta and other things if this gem can see play. Arcanite Shard, you just want it. New Viscerai tracks very positively with the Rune Chant creation. So yeah, Levi gets a bit of an errata. No real need to go into it. It's just to work with the new token. I guess we can look at the token. Yeah, we'll get there. Hellhammer, reprint. Hex Gauntlet banishes itself with Blood Debt and 6 attack. Can be used to turn off Blood Debt late in the game. It's interesting. I don't know if Levi is going to need this, but we'll see. It's an option if it does come in. Obviously, these are limited pieces as well. Blood Harvest. All right, here we get into the good stuff. 3 cost, no pitch, 6 attack, 0 defense, instant banish from hand, gain 3 pitch, Blood Debt. So this is like everything Levi could want in a pseudo blue, and yet at the same time it has some severe drawbacks. I mean, I've been testing some Levi. You really love the fact that it just turns off Blood Debt and pitches for resource. It does not interact positively with Rex, Tyrannus Rex gloves. It does not block. I mean, it blocks, but you don't usually want to block with it. And it's just kind of works a bit weird. All the cards that want pitch to pitch a 6 do not work with Blood Harvest. It spikes your Blood Debt. It's a very odd card, and yet it's incredible. It's like the best pitch and the worst pitch all at the same time. Ingest the Unknown, a bit of a more recent spoil. Attacks, banish the top card of your deck, it's +X, where it's the base of that card. Honestly, I don't think this is a great card. It's a yellow, goes for 1. So on average, you're doing a 1 for 6, which sounds good, but it's a miss anywhere it is. In the grave, it's a miss. In the hand, it's a miss. And I don't know. It just seems iffy. Hitting ingest off ingest is just terrible. But if you can set it up, you can ingest the Hydra. So that's fun. Consuming Lash. Now here we start getting into the play pattern I think Levi is expected to have. Consuming Lash, you can only play it if you have Plasmafet. Usually you're not playing it. It's a 2 for 6, 3 block. Blood Debt. Just like kind of everything here. As an instant, pay 1, banish from your hand. Your next attack this turn gets go again. So Consuming Lash is just another go again enabler. It lets most Levialists cut Agile Windup, or at least go lower on Agile Windups. It turns off Blood Debt when it does, so it works well, interacts positively with things like weapons and other attacks that don't actually turn off Blood Debt. So kind of the general pool of Levi is shown so far, which has not been that many cards. We're about to hit the end of it, and we're 6 cards in. Well, 3 cards in, 6. It seems like the plan for Levi is a bit more of a shadowy play from Banish, maybe combo-oriented build, and yet I get the vibe that we're missing pieces. Consuming Lash of all of the pieces here seems to be the most core piece if we're going to continue playing Blood Rush Bellows and things like that. Consuming Straith is good too. Next card, it's the same all around, other than instead of banishing for go again, you banish for +2 attack. So both these cards are very useful. They allow nice 2-card plays with, for example, Ravenous Meat Axe, or even Hexagore, and they turn on Rex gloves if you pitch a blue, or if you pitch a 6 attack, sorry. At the same time, I don't know. It front loads your banish, you're safe. You only banish 1 card, you don't need to banish 3 from grave. So that gives Levi a lot more staying power in theory. But we'll see. We'll see how she ends up working out. I've been testing the deck. It works. It also feels kind of weird. Hellbound Assault, 7 attack for 2. Amazing stat line. When this hits, banish it. So very nice until you remember that if you don't hit, you just blow up. So, I mean, it's a good card. I just don't know exactly how it's best used. Beckoning Hunger, 3 for 7. Comes in yellow and blue as well. 6/5. Probably the red and yellows he played because of the way Levi works. When it attacks, banish top card. Not bad. Turns off Blood Debt. Doesn't consume graveyard, except it can miss. And when this hits, create a Blasphemous at the Insatiable token. Hunger token. So the token is a 6 attack, 6 defense ally. So far, this is the only card that makes it, where I'm expecting more cards. It seems like they made a Marvel. They wouldn't just make a Marvel off of a common, so there must be other ways to make the token. And token is insane. It lets you play a card with Blood Debt from banish every turn, but you need to banish a card with Blood Debt each turn, opponents and friendly. And at the end of turn, you can banish a card if you want from hand. So essentially, you line this up. If it hits, you tend to block with Carrion Husk, maybe Gloves, maybe Mark of the Beast, anything that's like going to banish. Even the D-reacts work. That they're going to banish themselves, and then it's insulated from life. Lives another turn, lives to your turn. You get to play attacks from Blood Debt, including, for example, the Mark of the Beast or whatever. So crazy card if it can hit. Just it gets blocked. That's the end of it. It just gets blocked. So you really have to have like a pummel or something to force it through, or Apex Buster. This is just a brute card, not a Shadow Brute card. We're off the Blood Debt, so that's all the cards that have been shown for Levi. I honestly think we're missing a lot of pieces. We've seen a lot more Viscerai, a bit more Malice. So Apex Buster is a yellow, 3-pitch. This was Lupine Fiasco's preview card. Shout out. And as an instant, 6 attack, 3 defense. So great all around. Amazing. Pitches well to Savage Claw. Instant, 2, discard. Destroy target card. Does not say non-equipment, just card. That is defending an attack you control with 6 or more base attack. Apex Buster is insane. I've been testing it. I think that probably the best user, at least for now, is RKO. I've been testing it there. It feels really good. There's a lot of matchups where it's completely busted. Some matchups it doesn't matter all that much, but it's still a great card. I expect this to be a brute mainstay and just be terrifying for warriors and other classes like that, as long as you're playing against brute. I don't know how easy it is to run in decks like Rhinar, where you really want to be intimidating before they block. But we'll see. Incredible card regardless. Highlight of the expansion for brutes. Battle Clearing Bellow, another amazing card. Blue, 3 cost, 3 defense, brute action, go again. Your next attack 6 or more base, this turn gets +6. So just for context, this basically means you can pitch a full hand with blues. If you have Swing Big and 3 blues, this turns that Swing Big into a 14 attack full hand conversion. So that's incredible. Toughen Up probably wants it, as it buffs the weapon and lets you convert full hands. You can overpitch, so that works. RKO wants it. As far as I can tell, the way it's written, it will trigger off RKO's pumps. So if you can then go again, it just gets completely crazy as you put your opponent in a vice to not know where you're going to pump and where you're going to send 6 more. I could see it in other brutes, but it's probably best there. So all around, what have we seen from the brute package? Well, there's a lot missing, I think. I think we're still very far off seeing the full play set of brute cards. They're moving Leviah away from Banish 3 from Grave, so less reliant on graveyard fill, which is nice. That's very needed, honestly. You could just beat Leviah by never attacking in many cases. And it looks like they're giving brute tools to handle sort of grindier games. So mid-range, but more punchy, able to punch through anything with something like Apex Buster, which is interesting because in the past, true mid-range warrior decks could really grind out brute off of boots and things like that. Now, that gets a lot more complicated. So wonderful, wonderful for brute class identity. Just, you know, the class that can just punch through anything. I think that fits perfectly. It tells a great story. You cannot defend and do nothing else against brutes. They will punch through it, basically. We used to do that with pummels in some deck lists, but Apex. And then all the new Leviathan support as well. I am excited to see an ingest the unknown, either pitch stacked or you know, using other cards like some visit the graveyard or boneyard, lets you put the Hydra on top so you can send ingest for 13. Also a cool option. I don't know if this is a playable card, but it's a great meme card. Malice, I would be surprised if you don't know what Malice does yet. She's a Necromancer, Shadow. She plays zombies from grave for 1, and then when zombies die, they banish face down and make a Corrupted Corpse, which is a different kind of zombie with Go Again. Her weapon makes zombies attack as they enter, and gives them the ability to attack. We have the Appalling Bracers. They just discard a zombie to prevent 2. It's probably just limited card. Forsaken Strike. Alright, this card I'm going to get into the weeds on. As an additional cost to play this, you may destroy up to 3 zombies you control in order to discard up to 3 zombies. So the way Malice plays, you're playing out zombies. Those zombies have decay, so they slowly die. They usually do get ignored. Like, usually you don't attack them if you're playing against Malice. Forsaken Strike lets you turn the old zombies, because they don't have Go Again, into resource, essentially. And this card does everything. 0 for 3, defense 3, yellow. Fine, probably not going to get pitched. It's just that good. As an additional cost to play this, you may destroy up to 3 zombies you control. Hey, I don't have my lighting on. There we go. You may destroy up to 3 zombies you control and or discard up to 3 zombies. Choose a mode for each zombie destroyed or discarded this way. Create a gate to a Rathiel token. This gets +2, and this gets Go Again. At max value, this is a 0 for 5 Go Again that makes a gate, unconditionally. And if you're destroying 2 zombies, which is probably what you're doing if you're activating all 3 modes, you're getting 2 zombies in Banish, one of which can be immediately played with a gate. Meaning you chain this as a 5 Go Again into a 3 Go Again into a 3rd zombie for 3 with a non-hit. Honestly, before this card, I wasn't sure what the gameplay pattern was in Malice. It looked a bit like you needed to be pitch stacking, like blood deading, and making a bunch of the Go Again zombies, since they're the only ones without decay that really threaten opponents. And then this card hits, and it just makes sense. You're playing out zombies, you're recycling them, and then you're playing out the Go Again zombies, either by dumping them into the grave and then playing it from there, or gates, you know, playing them from Banish. It looks really cool. I'm not yet certain what exactly the other play patterns are going to be, but I think Forsaken Strike just gives an incredibly high starting point for what a Malice turn can be. That doesn't mean that it's going to be that good. Here. Bridge of Damnation. Start of each turn, destroy this unless you get to put a zombie from your Banish zone into your graveyard. I mean, you need to do this on each turn, so you probably want to pile up maybe 1 or 2 blood debt so that you can get this working. But you know, the engine of the deck, really, you want to get those zombies with Go Again into your grave. They're the dudes. They're just like the same as Kasai's warriors. 3 for 3 Go Again, 3 attacks for 1 Go Again, 3 defense, unconditional attacks with Go Again. That's crazy. They do not have decay. They stick around. If Malice can pile those up, we get Dromai scenarios. Sorry, here's the Corrupted Corpse, me ignoring it. These do not start in deck. They just get made whenever the other zombies die. But as I said, they cost 2, so you really do need blues. Gives you a 3rd pitch to use a gate or otherwise play them from grave with the staff. They come in, they have Go Again, they attack for 3, you continue your turn. The other zombies we've seen are Restless Magister. When this hits a hero, they banish a card from hand. They're all 0 for 3 with 3 life and decay, so they tick down 1 every turn. They die in 3 turns. When they die, you get a Corrupted Corpse. Restless Magister banishes a card from hand on hit. That's crazy. Restless Quartermaster banishes a card from Arsenal on hit. That's crazy. Restless Cleric, as an action, you tap it to gain a life and has Go Again, so you can kind of see this as a 3 attack and then 2 life if it's not killed, which is interesting. I don't know if this is played. It might just be more of a sideboard situational type thing, but it's pretty cool. Restless Corporal, 3 for 3. Action, tap, put a card from your Banish Zone into your graveyard with Go Again. So this, of course, enables the Corrupted Corpse. This is one of the several ways to dump the corpse into your grave and then play it from there. Important, this and Shadow Realm Strength, which says you may put a card from your Banish Zone into your graveyard, and if it's a zombie, your next attack this turn gets +3, can dump Carrion Husk. So Carrion Husk is very much on the table for Malice if you need life. She doesn't block very well, at least with the cards revealed so far. So getting a 6 defense chest could be key. We'll see. I'll get back to you guys on that. I'm going to try to play this hero. Restless Outlaw, when this dies, create a Corrupted Corpse. So this guy turns into 2 dudes, basically. And then you can, bridge them into the grave or something. We already talked about Corrupted Corpse. Every zombie that dies gives you a Corrupted Corpse. There's a lot of slots left over for zombies. I would expect more of them. Dance Macabre. This is Malice's legendary. Leg, Necromancer Equipment, Blade Break 1. Whenever an ally you control enters the arena, you may pay 2 and tap this. If you do, that ally's first attack this turn gets Go Again and destroy that ally at the beginning of the end phase. So Dance kind of answers another one of the questions with Malice. How are you going to be chaining attacks? Essentially, what Dance means is you will pitch a blue, you'll play a zombie out of grave, it'll attack, you'll give it Go Again, so you get 3 Go Again at the baseline. And then you get to have 1 more pitch if you have Dead Threads to then attack with the second ally. Off of a blue, playing it out of grave. That playline is arguably a 2-card 6 with on hits. And then at the end of, well, anyways, a 2-card 6 with on hits, which is nice. It's not even a 2-card, it's a 1-card 6 with on hits, which is crazy. But, big but, you do need a way to get an ally into the grave. So you may need a bridge active, you may need the ally that taps to put an ally into grave, and then you can 1-card 6, which is very good. It's possible that a more defensive Malice comes up to being, and you just kind of play more defensive, more grindy like that. Regardless, it looks like an aggressive pair of boots. You pay into the boots, it destroys your ally. Nicely, as far as I understand, this destroys the ally at the beginning of the end phase. Blood Debt triggers at the beginning of the end phase. So what happens is this goes on the stack, Blood Debt goes on the stack. You do not take damage from the ally that gets generated off the Dance Macabre breaking things. And I think that's why they made it this way. So it breaks, it gives you a zombie, it does not Blood Debt you, and then next turn you have the zombie and banish, or grave, depending. So yeah, great card, very interesting. Looks like the default boots. Maybe you pivot into flexors for certain matchups, same as Gravy. Bone Barrier, another way to convert allies that are left on board. Necromancer defense reaction for 2, it's a blue, costs 0. When it defends, you may destroy an ally you control or discard an ally. If you do this, it gets +2. So, 0 for 4 blue, that's great. Probably even gets played in, might even get played in Gravy, I don't know. You get to discard an ally, not off the top. Alright, so that's the Malice cards that have been revealed. There's more, they're from the Armory, I'm not going to talk about that today. But this is what we're aware of. I guess I'll just mention that the Armory has 2 very relevant cards. One gives a zombie attack +4, which means that you get to send a breakpoint that banishes from hand or arsenal, which is great. And then another one is an ally that gives all zombies +1. So if you can line that up with Corrupted Corpse, you just go crazy. You get to send 4 into 4 into 4, whatever. All right, on to the star of the show. We all know Roomlate's the favorite child, right? Well, anyways, Viscerai says whenever you create 1 or more rune chants, banish top card of your deck, or more, being key here. You do not want to generate large amounts of rune chants. There's no synergy in creating more than 1. You just want to create them 1 at a time. If you've created 3 more rune chants, he flips. On the flip side, he gives your first attack with Blood Debt, Go Again. There are some crazy tricks like making a rune chant after it hits, and then that gives you the flip, and the flip actually still works with giving Go Again. Whatever. He can flip back if you use a gate to Arathiel. His weapon, 7 Sin Nebula, only attacks for 1, or pitches for 1, attacks for 3. can only do this if you've played a card from Banish Zone. And when it hits, it creates a rune chant. So pretty standard, good value, extra steps. Grasp of the Dark Knight, Draft Chaff, Usurp, the Shadow Throne, the Headliner. I mean, this card's crazy if you can play it. It's possible this means there's a blue Viserai out there. And if there is, wow. Viserai specialization, legendary, incredibly not unique. Not like it's not something you can only play one of. If you usurp this turn, it costs 6 less to play and you may play from your Banish Zone. Costs 13, so that means it comes in for 7. That's a lot of steps. When this hits a hero, turn all cards in their Banish Zone face down. They lose X life, you gain X life, or X is the number of cards turned face down this way. 13 attack. I mean, if you can send this, and you can hit one of the other Shadow heroes, or Dio, you win. You're winning. Good luck. And now let's get into the real reason Viserai looks crazy. Let's go over the Usurp attacks. They're all 0 for 2 reds. You can play them from Banish. They have Usurp, meaning that they go +2 attack to destroy a rune chant. And I'll quickly go over what each one of them does. I guess there's also a 3 for 7, but let's talk about the 0 for 4s first. If you played this from your Banish Zone, Gloomblade says if this was played from your Banish Zone, when this attacks, you may search your deck for an aura with rune chant your name, put it into the arena, and shuffle. Crazy. Sets up the next attack, 0 for 4, plays from Banish, defense for 3, etc. Wild card. Bloodsong Gloomblade. Everything's the same. When it hits a hero, banish an aura. Aura permanent they control. Probably sideboard. Interesting tech piece. Gloomblade. Notably, we're into rares. When this hits a hero, they banish a card from their hand. Mark of the Black Widow. Eat your heart out, Assassin. Already get 0 for 4 go again. You know, Slippy only gets 0 for 3. Plundersong Gloomblade. When it hits a hero, they banish a card from their arsenal. So everybody has looked at Viserai and thought, well, that's crazy. But I don't know. It's possible that this is just not that crazy. You play against Viserai. I played against them. If you played against them at all, you'll see that it is really good. And at the same time, the extra steps. It kind of feels a bit to me like Puffin. Not saying this is Puffin. Viserai looks way stronger. The truth is, all the heroes of this expansion look pushed. Like, I feel like they really did know that Shadow is popular. They knew this is the 20th expansion, whatever. They're pushed. But the need for an extra rune chant, the need for extra steps, might be enough to balance this. It feels broken when you're facing it, and yet it doesn't line up to be that crazy yet. We'll see. There's another Usurp. This is the common, Demon-bound Gloomblade. 0 for 5, essentially, no effect. Probably not that played. Maybe it is. I don't know. And there's a Rainbow Vexing Gloomblade. This is a 3 for 7, going back to that hypothetical blue Viserai. On hit, it deals 2 arcane. So it's a 3 for 9, conditionally. 3 for 5, Usurp to 7, hit for 2 more to 9. Become the Shadow Lord. Banish a card from your hand. It's a blue, 0 cost, 3 defense. Go again action. Banish a card from your hand. If it's a Rune Blade, create a Rune Chant token. If it's Shadow, create a Gate to Rathiel. That's incredible. Essentially free if you're using one of the Usurp cards that play from Banish. Gets you Rune Chant for Usurp. Gets you Gate. So, yeah, you're losing arguably nothing. You're keeping a Gate, and you're able to send these attacks from Banish. Embrace Sin. Before this card, the Rune Chant package, like the playable Rune Chants, didn't quite line up with Viserai's strategy because they'd get banished, which would be a problem. Well, here's the answer. Embrace Sin is a yellow, 1, 2 defense. Go again, of course. Your next attack gets +2, and you may play an aura with Rune Chant's name from your Banish Zone. So you banish your Rune Chant of Greed, you embrace it back, and then you just go. I mean, this whole pattern and play pattern, now, once it clicked, the moment Embrace came out, it kind of clicked. Feels crazy, and when you're playing against it, again, it's wild, but it's somehow relatively balanced. A lot of cards to go. Could still be broken. Completely broken. We'll see. So now to Dystopia. This card, when I first read it, I thought it cost 0. Blue card, X pitch. And that's where we go wrong. It's a Majestic. As an additional cost to play this, destroy X rune chance you control. Cool. Next action card, attack action card you play this turn costs X less to play and gets plus X. Overpower when this hits, create X rune chant tokens. Go again. Crazy, right? I thought it cost 0. I was like, oh no, they've made Skeleton. But it costs X, so it's actually just even cost. So if you pitch this 3 into this, you just get a 3 discount. Probably not great, and we'll see. Feels less good than just the go again ones that already exist. We'll have to see how it lines up. Runechant Greed. This is already out in Gem, so I'm not going to talk about it. Runic Disposition. 2 for 6. Usurp. Instant discard this, create a Runechant token. This is the same as the promo, the Nats promo, like the World Qualifier ones. Except the other one's 0 for 4, comes in for 6. This is a 2 for 6, comes in for 8. They're above rate. I don't think they're good enough, though. We'll see. Runic Grieving, same thing. This is the promo, 0 for 6, potentially. Maybe the blue gets played, but they're all 2 blocks, so I kind of doubt it. All the Runechants, ignoring. Grill of Repentance, destroy this, turn Blood Debt and you're banished face down. The Robe, the Path, they all do the same thing. Ignore these, they're just draft chaff. Corrupt and Conquer. It's Command and Conquer. It doesn't stop defense reactions unless you're playing this from Banish. And rather than destroying Arsenal, it banishes Arsenal. It has Blood Debt. Really good. Depends on being able to play stuff from Banish. If you can pull it off, it's great. Good card. Probably gets played in at least Viscera, maybe in Levia. I could see it getting played in Malice. Kind of depends on how her deck lines up and her pitch costs line up. It is nice to be able to curve Zombie into Corrupting Conquer off of a blue. And ideally with an extra pitch, you could even gate into Corrupting Conquer so that it stops reactions. We'll see. Good card, like it reads good, get your play set. Probably not as broken as Command and Conquer. Open the gate to Erathiel, or however that's pronounced. Erathiel. Yeah, I think I got it. 0 for 4, blocks 3. When its hits or is banished from hand or deck, create a gate. Blood Debt. Really good card. My first successful Levia build was based on this. It was just about pulling out the token and then just looping this, or looping it off of gates. It was really good. Allies learned to Brawlock. That was the end of that strategy. I don't know. This card's great. I feel like banishing it off of deck is possibly something broken to do in Levia. Notably, you can banish this off of Blasmofet flip, the Demi Hero flip. And if you do, it does trigger. So if you're like ripping 10 cards deep in the deck, you might hit 2 of these, get 2 gates, and then next turn just go completely off with some blues. It's possible. It's cool. You tend to draw them earlier, though, so you kind of have to pitch them back. I don't know. It's an interesting endgame strategy, but of course they're misses, so really only doable in Hexagore. We'll see. We'll see if this turns out to be good. Countdown to Extinction. 3 for 6, 3 defense. It's just Shadow. When this attacks, create a gate to Erathiel. That's good. When this hits, you may search for Darkest Hour, banish it, and this is Shuffle. We'll get to that card in a moment. And it has Blood Debt. It comes in a rainbow. Interestingly, surprisingly good, I think. I feel like this card has legs. It could get played somewhere. I feel like Levia is the best home for it. You get a gate. It's not a miss. It's on attack. Unfortunately, the hit does not turn off your Blood Debt. In fact, it increases it by 1. So we'll have to see how that works. Harbinger of Destruction. As an additional cost to play this, banish card from your hand. If Shadow card is banished this way, this gets when this hits, create 2 gate to Erathiel tokens. Blood Debt, 13 attack, 3, 8 cost. I don't even know. It's probably got some uses. I have no idea though. Shadow Realm Harrower, Harvester, and Reaper all gain a boost when played from Banish. Best of them seems to be Harrower. It's a blue for 2. It swings for 5 from Banish, and if it hits, you gain life equal to the damage dealt. I feel like there's something degenerate to do with this. I just don't know what it is yet. But maybe just looping it in Levia off a Blasmo token, if it becomes easier to do, could be really good. Just constantly gaining life sounds very busted, and Levia can constantly banish this back and then replay it and then banish it and then replay it. I mean, that sounds crazy if it can be done. Tribute to Greater Power, 2 for 6, 2 defense, instant, banish this card from your hand, your next attack gets Overpower. I mean, sure, it does turn off Blood Debt, Levia gives you Overpower. I suppose this could be a game ender. Unbound by Shadow, 0 for 4. These are all rares, by the way. 3 defense. When this attacks, if it's played from your banish, create a gate. Like, basically does the loop thing that I was talking about with open the gate without needing to hit. And that's cool. I don't know. It's cool. Loop it. Have fun. Dimensional Ferryman. When put this in an action card with Blood Debt for your Banish Zone on the bottom of your deck. Go again. 0, blue, 3 block. I mean, this makes Levia arguably undeckable. All of them, really. I'm sure someone with better fatigue chops than me will figure this out. I love the art. It's very cool. I'm sure it's got a use into fatigue. It means you'll be able to keep playing good cards over and over and over. The main thing with Levia, the reason I mentioned Levia, is because if you don't flip and you don't transform, you will eventually die off of just not being able to remove Blood Debt cards. Sorry, not being able to remove 6s. This fixes that. You can even play, like, infinitely attack with this card. And Mark of the Beast, for example, which gets banished when it resolves, and then you play this, and then it flips to the bottom, and then you play a Mark of the Beast, and then it's banished, and then you play this, and it flips to the bottom, and you just loop to Mark of the Beast. And I'm thinking there's probably better options than Mark of the Beast, honestly. So, yeah, cool stuff. Planar Chaos, create a gate. The next gate you activate can target an action card of Blood Debt from any Banish Zone. Very weird, very specific. I suppose it's an interesting hate piece for other decks. We'll see. Darkest Hour comes in Rainbow. 2 gives +4 to your next Shadow attack. That's important, not Brute. That might hurt Levia. It might work in other decks. We'll see. Blood Debt, 3 defense. The reason I mentioned Levia is because this really reminds me of... the way this works really reminds me of the Howl from Beyond, which is 2 for 3, can be played from Banish. This cannot be played from Banish, but it does say you can put a card from hand on top of your deck rather than pay its cost. Which means you can pop a gate, play this, and then flip a Hydra to the top. Chain it into the 1 for 13 play, which is actually now a 2 for 17. That's cool. Don't get me wrong, that's really cool. I don't know if it's a good strategy, but it's cool. So that's the other way to put Hydra on top. We will see if this is viable. Pull from Beyond comes in Rainbow, Ops 2, banish top card of your deck if it's the same color as the Pull from Beyond, so red for the red, yellow for the yellow, blue for the blue. Create a gate to Irathiel token. This card is very good. It sees play in... I've seen it played in Viserai. I've seen it played in Leviathan, especially the blue. I've seen it played even in Malice, the red usually, and Viserai and Malice. We'll see. We'll see how this works. Here's Blasmo, the token. The generic legendary of the set, Circlet of Eternal End. When it defends, it blocks for 2, Blade Break, and when defense turns a card in the attacking hero's Banish Zone face down. So this is just Shadow Hate. Can't make Shadow without making Shadow Hate. Probably useful to have. We'll see. Battle Prep. This is Opt 2, and then next attack from Arsenal gets +3. Notably, it's a rare. It blocks 3. This is good in, probably good in Sage, honestly. Very helpful for Ranger. Kind of great for Azalea in Sage. And probably that's it. But great for Azalea. Now we're into the expansion slot. I must say there are so many missing cards. Like, we were missing a lot of cards for the different classes. They've revealed more Viscerai, I feel like, than other cards, but yeah, we're missing a lot. I will kind of speed my way through these. They're cool. There's not too many of them, though. Crushing Headache. When this deals, 6 for 10, Guardian. When this deals 4 more damage to hero, Arsenal and hand, destroy all non-attack actions there. So, very interesting. Probably really good in Volda against certain decks. Maybe in Pleiades as well. Headbanging Chorus, speaking of Pleiades. It's a suspense, yellow for 1. Instant. The first Guardian or revered attack action card you play each turn gets when this hits a hero. If you have no cards in hand, draw a card. Unfortunately, this cannot be played after the attack is blocked. You have to play it before because it's the card you play, not the first action card each turn. So you really need to line this up early. Your opponent sees it coming. It does let them know, but on the flip side, if it hits, you do draw, which is a nice play if you need an arsenal. You can draw instants. There's a number of plays with this card. It's very interesting. I think it does pivot to a new style of Pleiades deck. I don't know how good it is, though. Like, it's interesting more than good. Ice Age Doke, 3 blue, Earth action. Jarl gets a new toy. When this hits a hero, create an embodiment of Earth. Ice Bond, if an ice card is pitched, this gets Dominate, and when it hits, create a Frostbite in each of their exposed armor zones. It's fine. I know it's probably playable because it's an Earth card, and you just want more Earth 3 blocks in Jarl. So, we'll see. It's fine. The real star of the show comes next. Ancient Earth Oak, red, for 3. It's ice. They look reversed. The Earth card looks like the ice card. The ice card looks like the Earth card. When this hits a hero, create a Frostbite token. And it swings for 8 if you pitch an Earth card. That's really good. And if it hits, it goes on the bottom. Really good. Deadly in late game. Maybe replaces Boulder Drop. Maybe it played additional Boulder Drop. Gives Jarl a lot of staying power and punching power. Crazy card. What can I say? If you played against Jarl with the new cards, you've seen it. Really good toy for him. I think this is really the good one. And this is the card that probably pushes Jarl to keep being a contender. We'll see. That's all the cards. These are all the cards they've revealed. Hope I got through them fast enough. Real highlights, just Gates are really good. What they can do is powerful. Malice has some very interesting play patterns. Levia looks to be in process of being reworked. And Viscerai just looks and feels crazy, but we'll see how it turns out in the end. I'm super hyped for this set. I've got my pre-orders in. It's going to be cool. This set is amazing. The art is incredible. The play patterns look fun. Shadow. We're back. I started playing in Monarch, just so you know. We're so back. Anyways, comment the video. Comment and subscribe. I will do another giveaway. And I'll let the winners of the last giveaways from previous week know after uploading this video. And hope to see you soon. And good luck breaking the meta with all the new cards.